to each other in a void, and the effect is terrifying.
When shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain? Fair is foul and foul is fair, hovering through the fog and filthy air.
Later the witches meet again to brew their magic potion.
Thrice the blinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig wind.
Hubby cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails grow. Toad that under cold stone, days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burning, cauldron, bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind woman's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hill rough boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burning, cauldron, bubble. Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, lion gulf. Of the raven, salt sea shark, roots of hemlock digged in the dark. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burning, cauldron, bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
Alright, so this is the same scene except with warlocks.
Shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain? Fair is foul and foul is fair, hover through the fog and fill the air.
Later the warlocks meet again to brew their magic potion.
Thrice the blinded cat hath mewed,
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Arthur cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
round about the cauldron go, and poisoned entrails throw. Toad that under cold stone, days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the boil thou first in charm pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Lay in a fin snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. I agree in toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind woman's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell rock boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, mountain gulf, of the raven, salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. Cool it with the baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
Lady Macbeth has now received a message that her husband is bringing King Duncan with him to the Macbeth's castle, and she realizes instantly that here is the perfect opportunity to murder Duncan.
The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe-top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. And pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of dark, to cry, hold, old.
The setting is Macbeth's castle in Dunsinane, just outside of Lady Macbeth's bedchambers. Enter a doctor of physic and a waiting gentlewoman.
I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all of this while in most fast asleep.
A great perturbation in nature to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not repeat after her.
You made to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither you nor anyone having no witness to confirm my speech.
Lady Macbeth enters with the taper. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep, observe her. Stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has light by her continually to her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but her senses shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue this quarter of an hour.
Yet here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. Sit down what comes from her, and satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damn spot, out, I say. 1, 2, why then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky, fie, my lord, fie. Is soldier in fear? What need we fear, who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The same if I had a wife, where is she now? What will these hands near be clean? No more, oh that, my lord, no more, oh that. You mar all with this starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this hand. Oh, oh, oh.
The first line of the following soliloquy is spoken by Macbeth at the end of the play that bears his name. His enemies have his castle surrounded, and the odds against Macbeth's survival are overwhelming. Still, he insists on donning his armor one last time. Now, at the eve of battle, Lady Macbeth dies with a cry of despair.
Ah!
The Queen,
My lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted for the way to dusty death.
As Twelfth Night opens, Orsino's in his palace listening to music with his friends and servants. As we can hear from this passage, Orsino is Viola's polar opposite. He is moody, subject to excess, and romantic in a saturated, self-reverential way. He is pining for his beautiful neighbor, Olivia, and she refuses to see him.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it. That surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing me living odor. Enough, no more. It's not so sweet as it was before.
We are now on the beach on the coast of Illyria after a shipwreck. A ship was split on a rock. Lives were lost. A man tied himself to a mast to save himself, and a few survivors have struggled out of the water onto the beach. It is here that we meet Viola.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What thinks you, sailors?
It is perchance you yourself were saved.
Who governs here?
Orsino,
Orsino, I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
and is so now or was so very lately. For but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh a murmur, as you know, what great ones do the less will prattle of.
that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly died, for whose dear love they say she hath abjured the sight of in company of men.
Oh, that I served that lady.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit, no, not the duke's.
I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke.
In this passage from Twelfth Night, a good-looking, fresh-faced servant, a young man named Cesario, who is actually Viola in disguise, is speaking to an unusually beautiful and headstrong countess named Olivia. Cesario's master is in love with Olivia, but Olivia has turned him down repeatedly. In desperation, the master has sent his servant Cesario to visit Olivia and plead his case. At the moment in the play, Olivia has just told Cesario that she does not love Cesario's master. She recognizes that he is handsome, rich, and virtuous, and she says,
But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
In the face of this rejection, Cesario replies from the heart with simplicity and passion.
I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life. In your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gates, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal contents of contempt love, and sing them aloud even in the dead of night. Hollow your name to the reverberant hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit, do give thee fivefold blazing stature as a gentleman. Not too fast, soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague.
Sir Andrew and Sir Turvey enter the play together as a sort of comic duo. A typical rich exchange between the two occurs in their first scene together, just after Maria, the housekeeper, has bested Sir Andrew in a verbal exchange. By the way, back in Shakespeare's time, the word canary means wine.
Oh, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has, but I'm a great eater of beef, and I believe that does no harm to my wit. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or do not? I would have bestowed that time on the tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts.
Then hadst thou an excellent head of hair.
Why could that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature. It hangs like a flax on the staff.
Sir Toby and Sir Andrew ask Feste for a love song, and Feste sings.
What is love? 'Tis not hereafter, present nor past, prevent laughter. What's to come is still unsure, and delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me sweet and twenty. You say stuff will not endure.
The opening scene in Romeo and Juliet tells the dramatic plot of this play. It is made more powerful by the sound of multiple voices.
clothed both alike in dignity and fair Baroda, where we lay our scene from an ancient grudge right to new immunity, where civil blood made civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventures hideous overthrows. Do with their death, bury their parents, strive the fearful passage of their death, marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which their children's end not could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Romeo and Juliet is the most popular play in the entire world, as the following passage is as well known as anything ever written. Here, Juliet enters on the balcony.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon. Rosario is sick and pale with grief, but thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Is my lady, oh, it is my love. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if you wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak of this?
'Tis with thy name that is my ending. Thou art thyself, thou not a Montague. What's Montague? Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other word would smell as sweet.
About Shakespeare's poems. Shakespeare's sonnets were composed in the late 1590s and published in 1609 as the book Shakespeare's Sonnets. There were 154 poems in the collection. What follows are a couple of these poems.
To me, fair friend, you can never be old. Sonnet 104. To me, fair friend, you can never be old, for as you were when first your eye I eyed, such seems your beauty still. 3 winters cold have from no force shook through summer's pride. 3 beauteous springs to yellow autumn turn. In process of the seasons have I seen. 3 April perfumes in 3 hot Junes burn. Since first I saw you fresh, which yet are green, yet doth beauty like a dial hand steal from his figure, and no pace proceed. So your sweet hue, which methinks still doth stand, hath motion, and mine eye may be deceived. For fear of which, hear this thou an unbred, ere you were born, was beauty summer's dead.
How like a winter hath my absence been, Sonnet 97. How like a winter hath my absence been from thee, the pleasure of the fleeting year. What freezings have I felt, what dark days seen, what old December's bareness everywhere. And yet this time removed was summer's time, the teeming autumn, big with rich increase, bearing the wanton burden of the prime, like widowed wombs after their lord's decease. Yet this abundant issue seemed to me but hope of orphans and unfathered fruit, for summer and his pleasures wait on thee. And thou away the very birds are mute, or if they sing, 'tis with so dull a cheer that leaves look pale, dreading the winter's near.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's youth hath all too short a date. Some too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often in his gold complexion dying.
In every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. By thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fire thou out. Nor shall death brag thou wand rest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growst. So long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. This concludes our performance. Our troupe will retake the stage for a bow and photo op. Thanks so much for being an amazing audience.